Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Ray Learns Game and Investment. Today, I want to talk about what I learned from reading Warren Buffett. So, recently, I read this book, Buffett: The Making of American Capitalists, from Roger Lowenstein. Basically, this book outlined Warren Buffett's experience when he was growing up and started to invest and do business. Um, I was super impressed with what is written in this book and the way that Warren Buffett invested. There are many other books that are available about Warren Buffett. This one is definitely not the only one that talks about his investment philosophy. But I think I've learned a lot from it. I like to share a few lessons learn or wisdoms I got from knowing about Warren Buffett's experience. I highly recommend that you also read about this book if you're interested in knowing more about Warren Buffett's investment philosophy. So, what did I learn after reading this book? I had three bullet points listed here that really impressed me. The first is it is possible to get rich through investment, even for an average person. Warren Buffett, he made his fortune by the right investment strategy, choosing the right stocks. Although his father was a congressman, he did not have insider tradings or anything like that. He strictly followed his investment principles, which means any other person can do the same, although we might not have his intelligence or um, his focus or his starting money, but by following his principles, I think it is very much doable, even for average person to have this incredible growth for stock investments just following Warren Buffett's way. And the second point I learned from reading this book are there are correct and incorrect ways to invest. Before reading this book, the stock market was really just a gambling market to me. I heard so many terrible stories about people losing all their fortunes in the stock market. It seems like just very chaotic. I see stock crash news almost every day on the TV series or on the movies that just have terrible stories about people making money or losing money on the market. However, after reading this book, I realized actually there are correct ways to invest and incorrect ways to invest. Warren Buffett didn't learn it on day one, the correct way to invest either. So the right way is the Warren Buffett way. After reading this book, I really now understand his philosophy. I am 100% with him. I think that's the only way that an average person can invest. It doesn't require you to have IQ over 150. It does not require you to have insider knowledge or deep understanding of any particular industry. You have to just follow the principles that Warren Buffett outlined, and almost everybody can have a successful investment. Um, let's take a look at some of the first point. It is possible to get rich even for an average person. So if you look at Warren Buffett's investment history, it's just incredible curve. According to AI, if someone invested $100 since day one of Warren's investment, he would have over $1 billion now, given his historical rate of returns. And I googled his company Berkshire Hathaway's stock, and you can see that just incredible curve. I think this line started in 1985 with almost $2,000. Now it is close to $800,000, and that is close to 400 times increase of the value. And that's just over a period of 40 years. 40 years is a long time, but for average person, I'm pretty sure almost everybody can live longer than 40 years. Wouldn't it be nice that if you invest $2,000 today, over 40 years, it's gonna grow to $1 million? And this is done just by strictly investing in the right company and hold it for long enough. And Warren has showed everybody that it is doable. Just by following investment, you can reach the level of financial freedom. So the part of the book was most interesting to me was Warren Buffett's early childhood and education period, and also the early days when he invested. I think some later his later experience probably wouldn't apply for most people, because at the time he was managing a huge corporation with billions of dollars. But he started his career by working for this guy Benjamin Graham. And Warren, although he was very interested in stocks because his father owned a stock brokerage firm, and he was interested in making money in numbers, he didn't really know the real way to invest, the correct way to invest, until he came across this book, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. And actually, he went to study with Benjamin Graham and wanted to work for his company after he graduated. So even Warren Buffett, he did not know the correct ways to learn to invest. Only after he studied from Benjamin Graham, he was able to really develop his investment philosophy. And I mentioned that previously I heard so many bad stories about stock market. I thought it just a chaotic, unpredictable market. But after reading this book, I really realized, yes, there are correct ways to invest, and everybody should learn, and you can actually make money following the right investment strategy. So, what is the right way to invest, and what is Warren Buffett's core investment strategies? So I basically listed 3 bullets that I thought was really key of his investment. First one is to choose the right stocks. The Warren, in his book, he outlined many successful cases that he invested. For example, some famous ones including Coca-Cola, Washington Post, and recent decade, probably Apple is the one he was really heavily invested in the whole for a very long time. Probably it is most important one. It's the right starting point to just choose the right stocks and start investing in it. For average person, for example, if we invest in Apple from early days, or invested in Netflix or Nvidia, we would all be very rich by now. So the key question: how do we find stocks that have this kind of growth potentials and really stick to them? I think this is definitely worth some more extended videos. The second one that Warren did excellent was how he managed the risk. So if you look at the history of the U.S. stock market, there are many crashes, and Warren was able to almost escape from all of them, which is just incredible. If you think he is smart in choosing the right stock, he is just incredible navigating through all the stock market crashes. In 1969, he actually sold his company and just hold cash for several years, until the market rebalanced to the right price. Same thing in 1987, just before 2000s, 2008, even just last year. That if you watch the news, that Warren has really stocked piles of cash. He really reduced his percentage in the Apple stocks, and I think the events just happened in last month really proved his wisdom this again. So this is having the right stock is hard, but navigating through the rest is even harder. And I like to look more into his success stories. How did he know the risk and manage to escape from this stock crashes? This is definitely a much more interesting topic, and I'll try to make more videos about this. And third one, I really think he did excellent was to stay in the circle of competence, which means you only buy the stocks that you have the capability to understand and analyze. If you read about Warren Buffett's, he actually never invested in Nvidia. He never invested in most high-tech stocks except Apple. And I think recalling from one of his shareholder meetings that he is not going to invest in Bitcoin, although we have seen huge growth. So a lot of times I regret to not invest in some of the stocks, but after reading from Warren Buffett, you should really stay in your circle of companies. There are numerous opportunities every day, and you will still be very successful even without investing in some of the most hottest stocks. So this is what I learned from Warren. Have you read his book? And let me know what you think.